Alireza Firouzja is on fire. He's 13 out of 13 in the Global Chess League 2025 with an unbelievable performance, 3,526 against four of the best in the chess world. In this video, we are going to analyze all of the games and learn the secrets of Alireza's success in this tournament. Watch till the end and learn how Alireza creates an easy game for himself and a difficult game for his opponents. In the first game, he plays against Fabiano Caruana. He kicks off with the king's pawn move. It's a rapid tournament, so they have only 20 minutes on the clock. Knight to f3, we have the Sicilian defense and an accelerated dragon variation. Open Sicilian, bishop comes to g7, fianchetting the bishop, developing the pieces, and after knight f6, Alireza goes for the Yugoslav attack against dragon, and after castle, bishop b3, this is all theory, f3, creating a pawn storm on the king side, bishop d7, and in this position we learn the first secret. Go out of the opening as quickly as possible. In this position, Alireza plays queen to d3. When everybody's just playing queen d2, creating this battery of bishop and a queen and threatening bishop h6 and preparing long castle, Alireza just goes queen d3 against Fabiano Caruana. He knows all of the openings, and Alireza just gives him a free tempo in the dragon variation. Knight to e5, queen d2 and rook c8. So basically black is a tempo up comparing to the main lines of the Yugoslav attack. Now he plays knight c4 and engine actually loves black, but Alireza wants to just have a simple game. He just wants a street fight against Fabiano. He knows that Fabiano knows more chess than him, more opening, and by this he's just going for a street fight against him. So let's see, king b1, putting his king in a safe place. The second important way of Alireza's plays is his king safety. He cares about his king. So in this position, he completes his castle, he puts the king on b1. And after queen to c7, in some position, black probably wants to take here. And now knight d2, another dubious move by computer. But Alireza wants to first protect here. And in some positions, he wants knight f4. It's a street fight game. b5, black creates chances on the queen side. Knight to f4, bishop to c6, preventing knight d5. Maybe rook c8 was better. Let's just go on with the game. And g4, creating an attack before black. So it's an opposite side castling, and whoever attacks first will succeed. g4. And in this position, Fabiano should have played rook takes c3, b4 or d5. Rook takes c3 was creating an easy play for black because after queen c3 and knight g4, black open up and creates a lot of dynamic play for himself. But he just plays rook c8, intending that after g takes h5, I will just simply go b4. And if you go knight d5, I will take it, and you will lose this c2 pawn and will lose your king side, your king on the queen side. But Alireza in this position sacrifices a piece for an attack. He just goes a brilliant move, h takes g6, opening up black's king. So when you put your kings into safety, you need to unsafe the opponent's king. By h takes g6, he allows b takes c3, but now bringing the black king into the center and just sliding the queen to g2, trying to give a check, and after this black is just simply lost. After this in the game, he just tried e5, rook to g1, he takes f4, even taking this, but it's over. Like in this position, queen g5 was better, but he just plays queen g6, it's also winning. And after this, he builds up an attack against the black's king, bringing the heavy pieces into the attack, and rook g7, taking the queen, and just checkmating Fabiano Caruana in 32 moves, like this. He just checkmated him. If you don't believe me, let's go for the next game. He's playing against Gukesh Domarajo. Gukesh is playing with the white pieces. We have the English opening symmetrical systems. And Alireza just starts a queenside play as quickly as possible on the queen side. d3, and this is another way to go out of the main lines of English. So once again, you can see that he's not trying to go into the main lines. And even b5 is not a good move according to the engine. And in this position, a4 is better for white. Is a much better position for white, but he just goes bishop e3. And in this position, whites open up the center, and we have knight to f6. Knight to f6 is a blunder. I'm not going to say all of Alireza's moves are great, but he just plays knight f6. And in this position, I don't know if Gukesh saw it or not. You can write down in the comments what do you think. But Gukesh didn't play bishop a7 to win the rook. I guess Alireza missed it. It was just a blunder. But Gukesh, after 2 minutes of thinking, didn't take the rook. He just goes for b3. And I don't know, it might be a coward way to play, because if you see bishop a7 and not going for it, it's a very strange thing. But let's see how Alireza plays. He just goes castle, rook c1, queen to a5, preventing any kind of bishop a7. And after this, just developing the pieces. And here, he defends the e7 pawn. And here, just he slides the queen. Once again, he wants the opponent's king. He wants to unsafe the opponent's king. He wants to attack this king. White just goes g4, creating more weaknesses on the king side. And after this, he just goes bishop e6. Let's just reach the main critical position. And here, when white goes for this pawn and trying to grab some pawns on the queen side, Alireza just goes another simple way of playing, just opening up the black king, the white king, when his king is completely safe. In this position, Gukesh is in big trouble after this h5. He just plays f3 and his king is much weaker, bishop to h6. Of course, all of the moves are not the best. This is rapid chess. I'm just trying to get to the main point. He sacrificed a pawn on the queen side, but he reached white's king. And now look at this bishop. Look at this bishop. It's a dead bishop. It's a big pawn, actually. It doesn't exist. It's like a pawn on g2. It's not a bishop. And after this, Alireza plays a very good game. He even traded the queens because this bishop is a very poor piece. After that, some moments, maybe Gukesh could have come back into the game, especially in this position. He could have played bishop h3, still -2 position for black, but he just blundered with b4. He's the world champion, and if he blunders in this position, it means that it's a very difficult position. Bishop to c2, and in this position, he should give up his rook, because if he plays rook d5, rook a1 just wins the game, because the bishop prevents white king to run away. And if you just play here, then bishop d2, black is just going to win. The next game, he's playing against Hikaru Nakamura. We have the Queen's Gambit variation, and we have a very nice opening. In this position, Nakamura could have played knight b4, and it's a very strange situation. White can go for g4 and then king f1. I don't know what's going on. Engine prefers black, but Nakamura plays knight b6, and look how Alireza responded. Once again, he's going to unsafe the black position, the black's king position. He just plays e6, a brilliant idea to open up the position. Of course, it's not a bishop sacrifice, because after knight takes c4, as happened in the game, white has queen to a4 check, and after knight c6, he first takes on f7, once again, bringing the king out, and after this, queen takes c4 check, e6, knight f3, continuing the attack, wanting to harass the black king, so he plays h6. Now we have bishop f4. It's a much simpler position for white to play. Actually, Hikaru played very well. He brings the king into safety, castling by hand, bringing the rook to f8 first. It's a very nice way to learn, of course, from this best in the world. But Alireza just boils up a play on this e6 pawn. He goes rook e3, knight to e4, and then bringing the knight to c5. And now this bishop is much stronger piece and working in a very good game. It's not over. Once again, I can just say that this position, playing with the white pieces, is much simpler. King to h7, h3, and then bringing to rook to e1. Now maybe some other moves, queen b3, queen b5. I'm not caring about exact evaluation of each position. I'm just trying to see what he's trying to achieve in his position. It's a bigger picture. We are just going to see the bigger picture. Hikaru done his best. He's one of the best defenders in the world, and he tries all of his best. In this position, Alireza could have gone for a queen endgame, an opposite color bishop endgame, which is drawn, but he just plays queen to a5. And once again, it's much easier for white to play in this position than black. White knows what to do. He's just attacking this bishop on. This bishop is a good piece, and actually Hikaru not right here. He just plays first rook f7, and after that he brings the bishop to e4. He just wants to create some chaos. He puts his king in the safe square and now wants to attack white's king. But Alireza just brings back the bishop. And just this bishop d5 was not the best move. He should have played queen d5, attacking here. And after that, white can go f3 or even can go king h2, giving up on the pawn on g2. White still has more chances, but Hikaru made a mistake. So it means, once again, there is a difficult position for black to find the best moves. Queen b4. This is a very important move, because it limits black's queen's activity, and after queen c2 it just says let's go into the endgame, because this endgame is very easy for white to convert, because it's of course it's opposite color bishop, but the problem is that white can create a passer on the queen side. Let's see what happens. White goes bishop d6, and in this position he just goes c6. It just wins by itself. This position just wins by itself. And the final move of the game is rook to e1, attacking this bishop on e6. And if you take on d6, I'm going to take. And if you're going here, I'm just going to give a check. And no. Of course, even this wins. But even the most sleep wins in this position. It shows that how easy it is. And it just goes rook d8. In the final game that happened today, the day that I'm recording this video, he's playing against Viswanathan Anand. And something very interesting happens. He plays the Vienna Opening and he plays the novelty that Levon Aronian played in the FIDE World Cup 2025 against Radoslav Wojtaszek. What happened in that game was Aronian won that game and qualified for the next round of the FIDE World Cup. In that game, Wojtaszek played d5, didn't went out so well, so Anand plays bishop c5. Once again, he's trying to go out of the opening. Just go out of the main theory. Even against Nakamura, he done that. Even against Gukesh, he done that. Like, in all of the games, he's just going to some roads that nobody's going there, or some just very small games exist there. So this is his main focus. And secondly, he's just trying to reach positions that, first of all, his king is safe, his opponent, to make unsafe his opponent king. Look at this game. This is what happened. In this position, the best move is knight b3. I guess if Aronian was playing this game, he would have played knight b3 because he was the pioneer of this system. But Alireza just plays bishop e2 because I guess he didn't know the main ideas very well. And after rook e8, bishop g5, first of all, not bishop g5, sorry. Knight b3, bishop b6, and then bishop g5. I guess he mixed the orders like I did right now. It mixed the orders in the game, and after this, Anand just won a pawn. Once again, he just won a pawn, this very important central pawn. But Alireza just says, you know what, I'm just going to castle. Your king is much weaker than my king, and I can attack it. Let's see. He just brings the knight to here, knight to c4, and Anand plays a very good chess. He brings the bishop back. Alireza goes bishop h5, and now this bishop can do a lot of things. You might say, just black is a pawn up, what's going wrong? But d5, knight d3. And Anand is a very active chess player. He's playing for dynamic chances, but Alireza creates another threat. Queen to f3, attacking this weakened black king. Okay, no problem. I'll just play bishop e6, but knight to f5. Watch out. He takes it, and he says, okay, I'm okay even with a draw. If you take, maybe it's a draw or not. But Alireza is not okay because once again, he knows that he has a much easier play. Once again, this bishop here is attacking c7. This queen is attacking here. Here, Anand should have played a very difficult move like rook e7. Or some rook a d8, like giving up on c7 with tempo. But he just plays d takes c3, and after b takes c3, he's actually worse. He should play rook b8, allowing bishop c7 with tempo, which is very hard to play. He just takes on c3, and now he's completely worse. He plays here, queen takes c7, and every single decision by him is a mistake because his position is very difficult. He takes, and now he goes for a position that is much simpler for white to play. He just trades the queen to the two rooks, and now black's queen is going to be outperformed by these two rooks. Once again, if you take on a1, let me just clarify that white wins this a7 pawn, and this pawn will win the game for white. So white black cannot do so. Anand plays queen b3, winning the pawn actually. And now he's a pawn up, but because his king is weak, and because of the piece coordination of white, like now white is going to penetrate on the 7th rank, just creating a luft for his king. After that, he's just going to penetrate on the 7th rank. Anand plays knight c6, rook coming to b7. He trades up the bishop, but now his king is much weak. Imagine just a position that the bishop comes here and gives a check. It will be going to be over. This game, positions are not going to be defended. Alireza once again putting his king in the safest square of the position. He just puts it here, preventing bishop takes f2 with check because now rook d8 is checkmate. a5, he just goes h3. And by simple play, you don't need to create very unnecessary complications, but just simple play, he just won this pawn. Even he was low on the clock. It's Alireza's habit. He's always low on the clock, but in this position, it's lost. Even if you're going to play like this, white can play rook e7, bishop e4 is just going to finish the game. You're going to lose tons of materials in this position. You're not going to save this position, and it's over. The main point of this video was trying to reach positions that you are more comfortable and it's easier to play. In the first game, as you can see, the opening was like Fabiano tried dragon, which is very complicated. Alireza gave a completely tempo, and he went out of the opening. And then after that, when, of course, it's a miscalculation by Caruana, because I guess he missed h takes g6 in this position. But for Alireza, it's very easy to play like this, because he knows that king safety is the most important thing in the chess. So if I'm going even to give up a piece, it's okay. And then after that, he just checkmates black's king. In the next game against Gukesh, once again we saw that he's just creating a chaos on the queen side. Engine doesn't accept what he plays, but every player is not Kasparov or Engine to refute every kind of opening ideas. Of course, he overlooked. Gukesh missed it, but after that, he just creates a play on the king side, and Gukesh was seduced to take this pawn on the queen side, and then Alireza just creates this play on the queen side. Once again, the white king position is very, very bad. And after that, this bishop and two bishops of Alireza just dominated the white rook. In the game against Hikaru, we have another very interesting opening idea. You can see that Engine doesn't accept this knight c3 against, and says knight b4 is completely okay. I don't know if it's a theory or not. With Alireza, you never know, but after knight b6, he just goes with this brilliant idea of e6, just opening up the black king. Hikaru's time is actually, he has 3 more minutes on the clock, but his position was difficult right from the beginning, and Alireza had the initiative in the game. This is one another very important theme of Alireza's plays is trying to get the initiative right from the beginning, and after that he just won this pawn and trade the queens. It's like he's playing against a normal GF, not like against Hikaru Nakamura. Of course, it's not the best game of Hikaru, and in the last game he just give up a very important, this a3 line, Aronian line, and then he just mixed the opening move order, give up a pawn, but his opponent king is weak, and he can just create play, and he's able to create play. So go for the attack, go for the initiative, and just after a while, black was better, but now white is winning. I don't know, it's my take on his game. He's trying to reach this position, and he said that he's very satisfied with the way that he's playing. I guess he's reaching good positions by this philosophy. I don't know if it's a conscious philosophy or unconscious philosophy, but this is what I took from these 4 games. Unbelievable performance, 3,526. He's on fire. Let me know what you think about this video and about the things that I mentioned about Alireza's play in the comments section. And if you want to watch more from me, you can go and watch this wonderful chess game by Boris Spassky in 1971. This is one of the best games in the chess history, and in this video I explained the 3 main chess rules that you need to follow in your games.